So welcome back to DC's Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 390, published in July 1970, with story by E. Nelson Bridwell and art by Win Mortimer. When a job comes up that must be done secretly but efficiently, a task that only the greatest troubleshooting force would dare to tackle, it's handed to the Legion Espionage Squad. This time, the ES is poised between two men, hated foes locked in combat, and the heroes must see that both lose, the Tyrant and the Traitor. Time, the 30th century. Place, a projection room in United Planets headquarters. This is President Parala of the planet Lahum. Having taken over the government of his world, he planned to launch wars of conquest against other planets. But this man, Diol Mazrin, spoiled Parala's plans by starting a revolution. The people are flocking to him, but they don't know Mazrin is secretly allied with the evil empire called the Dark Circle. Parala's defenses are a powerful army of humanoids grown from chemicals. These non-living creatures are said to be virtually indestructible, but we have been unable to learn much about them. That's it, Chameleon Boy. The UP wants Parala overthrown, but without Mazrin's taking power. Officially, we can't step in. But the Legion is a private organization. We can operate unofficially. Later in the office he has as head of Legion's espionage squad, the Master Masquerader looks through photos of his fellow superheroes. The dossier they gave me on both sides of the revolution has enabled me to form a plan. Now I'll need someone to help carry it out. So he decides that it's going to be Brainiac 5, Timberwolf, Element Lad, Saturn Girl, and Karate Kid that will take on this mission. So they fly out. Not long after, a ship rockets through space toward Lahum bearing a cargo of contraband weapons. We'll be there in 4 hours. You have the landing site mapped out. So wait! Captain, look out there. Legion ships painted black to blend in with space. They have us surrounded. Some of them are coming this way in spacesuits. Stand by to repel boarders. So they get into a fight, but of course the villains are no match for the Legionnaires. Shut up and get out of the Legion ships. Our buddies will take you to jail. We'll want to use your ship for a while. Here, Prody. Better eat now. Cam wouldn't want the protean pet to be hungry on his mission. I'll take their captain's form. The rebels probably know him, but these tramp rockets often lose crewmen and gain new ones overnight, so you should pass muster. As I thought, all these weapons are obsolete, yet the runners promised the rebels guns that would wipe out those humanoids. We'll fix that. Meanwhile, my pet Prody will take the shape of a gun to set a trap. This is Saturn Girl. I got all the info by reading the captain's mind. Here's the landing place where we'll rendezvous with the rebels. Mazrin's Lieutenant Chevek will be in charge. Chevek, that snake is wanted on 6 planets. Shortly as the ship settles to the ground in a jungle clearing on Lahun, here is the gunrunner's vessel. They had better have what they promised. Hello, Chevek. We have the guns you need. You have guns, that I believe. Whether they're good enough, I must see for myself. So they examine the guns, but they instantly discover that they are the Legionnaires. How can a weapon grow tentacles? What? Nice going, Prody. I was sure this creep would pick up the first gun he saw. Hold him. Now I'll be Chevek while Prody takes place as ship's captain. And ensure a perfect impersonation. I'm reading Chevek's mind, conscious and subconscious, and transmitting all of the info to your brain, Cam. Well, that's pretty powerful. The guns are fine, and I even found some recruits. These fellows want to join us. Sure, I know I'm always ready for a bit of adventure. I've read all the men's minds, Cam. I'm sure Nimbelev is the one you want. Good for Saturn Girl. She got word to me telepathically. Belev, you take charge for the march back. Yes, sir. Meanwhile, Saturn Girl heads out. Now's my time to start for the capital city, Huevos. That's to be my base of operation. There goes Prody to deliver Chevek to the other Legionnaires. That villain will be tried for his crimes on other worlds. Meantime, the rebels are still miles from camp when they are ambushed. Look out, the humanoids have found us. Drop the gun crates and defend yourselves. Chevek had never met these chemical beings before. No one has met them and lived. So even with Chevek's memory, I don't know what to expect. So they get into a big fight, but every time they destroy one humanoid, another one appears. No use shooting. The more we blast them, the more of them there are. Try your specialties, Bryn and Val. We hear you talking, Chavik. But it is no use. They are unstoppable, except Element Lad uses his power. See, I'm turning the ground under them to mercury. The liquid metal, they can't fight us if they're sinking. These guns are supposed to help stop the humanoids, but this one is actually set to fire a harmless ray. The rebels will think the ray is doing the job. That was marvelous, but why not use the new weapons on the humanoids themselves? They are made of chemicals. Oh, yes, but what chemicals do you know? No, that is a well-kept secret. Then let's hope we find out soon. Unless we know what element they're made of, we can't use those rifles to change them and beat them. So I guess that is a limitation of Element Lad I was unaware of. He has to know the original element. Well, here we are. This place, where's the camp? You're in it, chum. See, the boulders are fully equipped living quarters. Parala's patrols could march right through here and never suspect a thing. Great, pal. Say, here comes the boss man himself. You seem to know me, but I don't know you. Start talking and talk straight. My buddies and I will talk to you and Chavik in private. How about it? He has the sign of the Dark Circle. All right, come into my quarters. Nice place you have here, Mazrin. Is this how you spent the money our Dark Circle leaders sent you on creature comforts? Only on me, or only for me. I don't coddle my followers. Their quarters are not nearly so well furnished. But we do have a good power source. Hidden in the tree outside, it contains a sun-powered generator. Metal plates capture sunlight during the day and store the power to light our quarters and cook our meals. I'm satisfied. The Circle sent us to help you in power here. Good. I welcome you. Chavik, go out and keep watch while I confer with our allies. Chavik, you haven't even looked at me since you got back. You've been neglecting me, honey. Uh-oh. It's Chavik's girlfriend, Roa. This will really test my impersonation. The revolution comes first, sweets. Always the revolution. Come on, give me a kiss. The things I go through for the Legion. And why don't I get more assignments like this? That's kind of creepy. Meanwhile, Saturn Girl has reached the capital of Huevos. What primitive conditions the people live in. There are no moving sidewalks. Why, they even have wheeled vehicles instead of air cars. But the presidential palace stands out like a nova in a coal sack. It's clear Parala keeps up with the times, but he keeps his subjects in a backward state. Say, here comes the first air car I've seen in Huevos. Wanpar, chief of the scientific development for Parala's government. I'll eavesdrop on his thoughts. Blast it. Where can I find a competent assistant on this world? The schools don't prepare the young people for scientific careers, and I need more help for my experiments. So, he needs help, eh? I'll just plant a suggestion in his mind. As Saturn Girl uses her thought-casting power on the scientist. Look this way, Wanpar. You will consider me for a job as your new assistant. Strange. What is it about that girl that makes me want to speak to her? Surely she can't be a scientist yet. Pardon me. You're a stranger here, aren't you? Yes, sir. I've been studying chemistry and related scientists on my home world. I hope to find a job. I may have something for you. Come. My laboratory is in one wing of the palace. Thank you, sir. It worked. I'm in. Sit in one of those anti-grav chairs. I'll be with you in a minute. Yes, sir. In another room, Wanpar confers with a young woman who assists him. This is the girl I'm considering hiring. I'd like you to check her out. I won't have to. I already know who she is. I know her very well. Is it true? Has Saturn Girl's cover been blown? Without her help, can the other Legionnaires learn the secrets of the humanoids? All answers will be forthcoming in the next issue of Action.